life. I wonder, will it take me under? I don't know. Hey, what is good, everybody? Shout out to you. You, and you for being here for No Hump Wednesdays. Listen, tonight is about to be on and popping with my guy. And listen, let me tell you how the stars be aligned. I'm not talking about this filter. Like, the real stars be aligned, because guess what today's day is? Besides it being Wednesday, besides it being No Hump Wednesday, we're going to talk about what today is and why it's special, and why my guest today has been invited on an awesome special day. But before I bring him in the building, you already know how I do. I gotta invite some of my friends to come say hi so we can have a fun conversation tonight. You know how we do. Hey, listen. Don't blow it up, Colin. Don't blow it up. You ready? You ready to join? But real quick. Before I bring you in the room, let me let y'all know, tonight is sponsored by Lila's Lounge. It's sponsored by Lila's Lounge each and every week. It won't be sponsored by anybody else until the coins come in. But anyway, Lila's Lounge is my business. I create t-shirts. This is one of my new t-shirts I did for my birthday last week. I'm a motherfucking goddess, which is available at lilaslounge.com. Of course, I have my famous mug that everybody loves to buy. I'm the love of my life. And I'm the author of How to Get a Degree in Celibacy, 10 Steps to Keeping Your Lips Closed. And we're going to talk about celibacy tonight too. So we're going to have a good conversation. All of the things. So yes. You ready, Colin? You ready? Let me bring you in the room. Could it be? We both shine. Hey, what's good?
What's up?
How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm chilling. Thank you for joining today.
Yo, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Listen, before we get into you and what you be doing, you be starting trouble on Facebook.
All the time. I got to. Of course.
I be like, yo, he's a whole fool and a half, yo.
I'm a troll.
You be trolling hard.
All
and
day.
It's hilarious, though. But we'll talk about your trolling activities in a second. I just got to tell people who you are. The people who are coming in the room, shout out to everybody. Hello. Ooh, sexy KO69. Okay, that's one of your friends. That ain't my friend.
What's up, Mel?
See? All right, so let me read this bio real quick. All right, my guy, Colin Biz, was born in Guyana, but raised in Brooklyn, New York, the East 1990s to be exact.
East 90s. The 90s.
Yes, 90s. He grew up infatuated with hip-hop and the lifestyle it portrayed. He would hear the lyrics from his favorite rappers like Jay-Z and Nas and read about them in The Source, Double XL, and other publications. It was a chain reaction that started him on his own journey into the music business. Over the years, he's taken on every role in entertainment, from record label intern to founder of FAM Records, columnist, actor, artist manager, mentor to young aspiring rappers in NYC, and podcaster. It's the latter that shapes his forthcoming project, Doreen's Favorite, which captures him telling his life story from the moment he immigrated from Guyana to his current day, and is set to a remarkable soundtrack.
Yes,
That's perfect. My guy.
That was perfect.
That was perfect.
Thank you for that introduction. Thank you.
Yes, we gotta let people know who we talking to today.
Right.
So listen. Do you remember how we met?
Yo, we were shooting a reality show, right?
Yes.
For the reality show. Yeah.
Yes.
See, I remember.
I was like, you be around everybody and all the people. So I was like, let's see if you remember how we met.
I remember.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So we were shooting for Bow-Legged Lou.
Mm-hmm.
And it was in the Sony building.
Yeah.
I think that's the first time we met.
Yes.
And then I think we met at another shoot at a radio station, probably at Bow-Legged Lou.
Maybe. I don't know, but I know I seen you again another time around.
Yeah, we saw
Yeah.
each other again. And you was like, your vibe and everything was so dope. I was like, yo, he's a cool dude, you know?
Thank you. You as
Yeah.
well. I love your energy.
Oh, thank you. Like, I will say, I've been around a lot of men in the industry, and a lot of them are just like vultures and like cutthroat. But it's
Yeah.
nice to be around somebody who don't care about none of that stuff. They just want to talk. You know what I mean?
Facts. Yeah, yeah, no
And
doubt.
it's about their business.
Yeah. Gotta
Like, you
be.
can tell. Yeah, you said that's
Gotta be
you?
gotta be about my business, man.
Word, word,
Yeah.
word. Word. So you did kind of blow it up. You know, we got one of your favorite rappers in the background, but you did kind of blow it up about what today is. Do you want to tell the people today?
It's hip hop's birthday.
Ah, hey,
Now
hey,
you gotta
hey.
clap it up for that for real. It's hip hop's
Yo,
birthday.
yo, when I tell you the stars were aligned, because I didn't even
Yeah.
realize that until
That was
today.
dope. I caught it when you sent me the date. I was like, oh, I thought you purposely did it though, to be honest.
I did not. I did not. That's how God be looking out. He be like, yo, B, I got
Yeah,
something for you. I'll
yeah.
be like, thank you, sir. I
That was
appreciate it.
dope. That was dope.
Word, word, word. Did you do any interviews or anything fun today for Hip Hop Day?
Yes and no. I'm actually working on a project for one of the tracks on my album, and so you could say that, yes. So
Okay.
it was actually work for. I mean, I don't consider it work, you know.
Right.
But I'm putting together this project right now for. I can't call it because I'm not rapping. So I'm
Hmm.
putting a tiny project together for one of the tracks for track 23. So
Nice.
yeah, I'm
Nice.
excited about that.
Okay. Okay. So do you want to give us a little bit about your background? I kind of spoke about it in your bio,
Yeah.
but you know, talk again about like how you really started in the industry.
Well, I say I started when I was a kid. Pretty much, I put myself in. I had a big imagination when I was a kid. So hip hop, kind of, propelled it even more. So
Hmm.
you see one of my cousins, Sexy KO, in the room.
Hmm.
We had a group when we was little. She was the youngest one. And I don't know if you remember Star Search was
Oh
on
yeah.
TV at the time. Ed McMahon. So her older sister, my cousin, she was like, I bet we're gonna have a little rap group. She was the leader. We was one of the dancers, and she would run in at the end of the show with like the exclamation point, like peace, and Ed McMahon never saw my tape. Rest in peace to Ed McMahon.
Mm.
It's something out there. I hope it comes out one day. But with that too, and I was a heavy magazine reader. Heavy. I'm talking about
Mm.
Source, Double XL, Vibe. I've had over 200, 300 issues of it in my house. Used to look like a hip hop museum. And I used to write to the actual magazines, and they would print whether it was a letter to the editor. And I became at one point so popular, they would just I could say anything at one point, and they would print it. And then when, Future, they started putting the message boards up, I would have these little rooms, and, I would communicate with a bunch of other people and things like that. And that's just on the hip hop aspect. But, hip hop has many doors. So again, I had a big imagination. I used to write as a kid. That's how I got into acting. I wanted to, again, with the Source, I did a column when I was in school. Then I told myself, I want to do radio. I almost had my own radio show in school, and it didn't work out. Only reason because I missed like the last orientation. But
Mm.
I figured I wanted to cover every base. I pretty much did everything I wanted to do in hip hop.
Hmm.
I said, if I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. I was like, I'm going to put out an album, put the album out. I'm going to write a
Yep.
book. I'm going to write a book real soon. That's next on the list.
Nice. Nice. It's a blessing to like really do what you say you're gonna do in life.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people have that courage.
Yeah. The
What?
courage, I had to be brave, man, because, and I know it's going to sound cliche, but we come from the neighborhood where you had to be brave. You
Hmm.
had to be brave. You didn't know you was being brave. I didn't know I was being brave until I actually left the hood. And then when I
Hmm.
look back, I said, damn, we ain't grow up. We survived. So you had to be brave. So I
Yep.
didn't think that after that point, I said, nothing could stop me. I don't care. Can't nothing
Yeah.
stop me. Look what I came up in.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. That's true though. I think when I look at it now, it's same reason for me, like leaving Brooklyn and seeing all the things that I've been through. Like I'm from Red Hook.
Right.
So,
Oh.
I was there
Ooh.
in the 90s,
Oh man.
so
Yeah.
like if
Yeah.
I survive that, I can survive anything. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm grateful. Actually, I'm grateful for the experience, but and then I also get a chance to be like, I know what I want and what I don't want. You know, some people don't have that opportunity to really have that experience. So yeah, that's definitely true. So tell me more about your record label.
I started Fam Records, FAM Records with a friend of mine, one of my neighbors actually. He was an older guy. And he was rapping at the time, like I said on the album. I'm basically I'm regurgitating everything I said on the album. If you didn't listen to the album Doreen's Favorite, I know some of y'all probably didn't listen to it, but I gotta plug it. Yeah,
Yes.
so another aspect of hip hop, I was a label reader. I was a credit reader. I would sit in my house all day, buy the albums, look at the back. Oh, Rockefeller's on John Street. Oh, Def Jam is on 8th Avenue. I was one of those
Hmm.
kids. Get the magazines, go right to the. I love reading credits. I want to find out who the hell made that beat. Why
Yep.
does this sound like that? Like I was the kid
Yep.
that watched music videos on mute just so I could watch the editing. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like I would, and it was bad because I would pull out mistakes. Oh, there's the camera, there's the boom mic. I see it. But
Yep.
so coming from the technical aspect, I love behind the scenes because I found out the guys behind the scenes were the ones calling the shots and made all the money. So I was
Hmm.
like, because I don't want fame. I want the wealth. Forget the fame. Because I know a lot of broke, famous people. So
Right.
my guy, he was rapping, and of course, I come from the school of Rockefeller, and
Mhm.
I pull pages out. I did everything those guys did. Like I looked at their blueprint. I followed them. I try to model myself because think about it. Kobe had to model himself after Jordan to 5 rings. He did it. He was the
Hmm.
closest.
Hmm.
MJ had 6, Kobe had 5. That's a good percentage.
Yep.
So from there, we was literally in my kitchen one day, and we spoke about it, and we came up with the name. Boom. From there, we just went full steam ahead. We looked at the Master P's, the Irv Gotti's. Those guys were doing things independent on their own. We was like, we could do that too. And at the time, I had just finished an internship at VP Records, and
Okay.
I did marketing promotions there. So I kind of knew my footing was good, So I
Yep.
kind of knew. I was like, all right, I went up to Chris Lighty's office, went to this person. I was meeting all these people, but now they didn't know that was helping me build my record label.
Hmm.
So all the information I was getting from the record label, I'll regurgitate it into mine. And then, all right, good. We're going to make our own shirts. Like our living rooms was looking like a factory.
Hmm.
He was burning the CDs here. We was pressing on the shirts here. And we had this going here. Then we had the booth over here because he built the studio in his crib, which was dope. We never paid for studio time. And we
Yep.
was pumping it out, burning the CDs. So it went from there and then skyrocketed to everything else.
Wow. That's a
Yeah.
blessing. So who are some artists on your label?
At the time I had this cat named Lou Starr. Well, Lou, that's still my man. He's still, Lou. You
Yeah,
know?
I know Lou.
Yeah, of course you know Lou. And I had this cat named Dapper Don at the time. And we also had this kid named Maverick. But a lot of the up and coming rappers in New York, they would hit me up for advice. I'm not gonna say any names, but they was a lot of them were in my inbox. I would give them advice at the time. I don't know, you know the game. Yo, come up to the record label, take a picture in front of the logo. You could have
Yep.
this. You could have lunch with an A&R for $350. I'm like, yo, come on, man, stop beating these kids in their head, man. Tell them the
Right.
truth. Stop doing that. Like, the information is free from me. I'm not that guy to say, yo, it's $1,000 to come talk to me. That's corny.
Right.
That's corny.
Hmm.
You're supposed to give back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give back. Why am I gonna try? There's a kid right now, right? Worked his ass off. He just got his job at McDonald's. He's trying to get in the game. I'm gonna take his little bit of money from him to try to sucker him for a couple of dollars. What is that gonna do? So why
That's
not
true.
build a relationship, help him blow up? You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Do his thing. Because a lot of them was like that. It was like, yo, damn, bro, I didn't know that. It was like, yo, I didn't know I could do that with my publishing. Oh, I didn't know that. They never told me that. I was like, what was they telling you? Oh, I had to do this, and every time I had to give them 500. I said, never pay. You don't got to pay for the information, man. Like I
Right.
was Google before Google was Google. You want the information?
Mm.
Come here, I'll talk to you. And then I built, I had, and that from there just built relationships with people, just off
Right.
information.
Yeah, that's lit. That's lit. That I can't front though. So I had an internship at Def Jam.
Yeah.
That was one of the corniest fucking internships I've ever done in my life. That shit
Really?
was wild. Yeah, like other than, you see Jay-Z walking around the hallway, but that was it. Like you see celebrities and stuff like that. And that's when I was younger, when you be hype about it. You know what I mean? I'm 20 years old, seeing all these people that everybody back in the hood wish they knew. And it's not like I knew them, right?
Right.
But I'm interning and seeing all these people, I thought it was dope. But that internship, it was while I was in school, and I didn't even complete the internship. I said, this shit is trash. See,
Mm.
look, Brooklyn Ruby, LOL, me too. I stayed 2 days. I stayed at Def Jam for like a month. I couldn't do it no more. Like, the shit they was asking me to do is like wipe down freaking awards and shit like that. Like, yo, pass this around. Like, it was literally nothing for me to learn. You know
I
what I
wasn't
mean?
with it. I wasn't with it. I used to be in that
Yo,
office like I wish one of y'all would send me for coffee. You know
yo,
what I mean? I came here to work. I came. This is not. I never believed in that. That's like a corny hazing to me. Like when I
yeah,
had a kid interning with me, like for my label and stuff.
yeah,
Working with me. I wasn't. Yo, go to the store. No, I'm not doing that. That's Doja shit. I'm not. No,
right,
I ain't with it. I went. Yo,
right,
how about you help me write up this proposal? Yo, how about you help me put together this market? Learn from there.
exactly.
How the hell is getting coffee and wiping? I think people they try to abuse the power sometimes.
They did. And I definitely wasn't the only one who quit that internship. I think that's literally the only internship I quit because I was with MTV,
Mhm.
I was with Def Jam. And then I was I did a theater internship too. And that was fun. It was cool. Got some tickets to some Broadway shows. I was hyped. But anyway, yeah, I was mad at Def Jam. I'm like, this shit is trash. But MTV was really good. It was when it was literally the switch from MTV to Noggin for the station I was working for.
Oh wow.
And yeah, it was lit. Like they really enjoyed me. I even applied for a full-time position, but I was kind of too young. I don't think they wanted to rock with me anyway, like a receptionist job type situation. But I'm glad I had the opportunity to, apply and do all that stuff. But yeah, it was lit. It was lit. So, so you have the record. Do you still have the record label now?
Yeah, it's still here, but the last album came out was my album.
Yep.
So
Okay.
yeah, I'm like the only artist right now. So
Okay.
I want
Okay.
to sign me a female rapper.
Hey.
Yeah,
Okay.
I love the females. I think the females is killing right now. I think we should really put the spotlight on them. I love the female rappers. Like I love Meg Thee Stallion. She be rapping like
I
underneath
love her too.
all the the like the WAP, like even on WAP, she was rapping. You listen to Meg can rap.
Yeah.
Like you could tell who's an actual rapper. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? And I love and I always shout this young lady out, 3D Natty from New Orleans. She's probably my top 3 female MC. Like she's an MC.
Oh
Like
wow.
please check her out. Like
Okay.
I like that Lady London girl. She's spitting. I like, Mulatto. I like it's a bunch of the females, man. I think that, and I said this about 2 years ago. I think they need to do like a ladies' night too, that like 2021, 22. Boom. You get Nikki she's the closer or whatever. Matter of fact, she'll close in Queens. Cardi could close in Manhattan or Bronx,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, MSG. You get who's in Texas? Meg, she close out in
No.
Houston. Whoever's in
Yeah.
the West, Trina close out Miami. That ladies' night tour will be amazing, man.
Mm-hmm.
Bring Foxy and Kim in Brooklyn, tear that up. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I think the women just and that's just in life and Brooklyn. I think the women run the show. They just don't know how much power they got,
Mm. Or they know how much power they have, but nobody is giving it to them.
Nah, they could take it, I think. That's just me. I think they could take it.
Mm.
You know?
I will say, I feel like Cardi B, she took that shit.
I
She
love
was like,
I
she
got a
was
Cardi
like,
B story for you, but
oh, you do? Like,
I
she
gotta
was like, no, fuck y'all. Like, I literally just read, I don't know if it's true. You can because I know you would know better than me. Is
yeah.
it true that she surpassed Madonna when it comes to they were saying what?
Is it chart position or
I think it was chart position. Like she passed Madonna and like how many? I think it wasn't top 10. That doesn't make any sense because Madonna had more than
yeah.
two top tens. But I don't know. I don't think it made sense. Maybe that's why I don't remember that shit. I was like, I
I'll
don't think
check it.
Cardi.
I'll check it,
Yeah,
but I wouldn't be surprised either. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, think
yeah,
about it. Think about it. How we grew up. we actually had to physically wake up, get dressed, you know, brush our teeth, have breakfast,
Mhm.
go buy a Metro card, get on the store to go buy the record.
Mhm.
Now the kids just roll over right on their phone. They don't gotta leave the
Right.
house. So think about how many kids did that as opposed to actually getting up and leaving. So I don't think that's far fetched. I think it could. Yeah, she probably beat
Yeah.
up or two. You know, I love Cardi.
Yeah. Yo, tell me your story. What Cardi story you got?
Yo, this crazy. So this first time I tell the story public, right?
Hey.
So yeah, I was at Young and May's show. She was performing at Irving Plaza. So I was in her dressing room and Cardi B had came out. Cardi B walked right in the dressing room. I'm sitting next to MA's mom and we talking about whatever. And Cardi walks in. You know, I say hello. She's so cute. I love Cardi. So I don't know how to describe like getting on the stage, like the little steps. You walk up to the stage.
Yeah.
And she's about to go on, but she's facing this way, right? And
Mhm.
she literally is like this to my face, but she's looking that way. And I'm like this. I'm like, if I go like this, I could kiss her cheek. I'm like, if I'm gonna get killed by her security. I'm like, yo, she smells so good. I said, nah, don't play yourself, bitch. Don't do it. Don't do it. And she just ran on the stage. I just stood there like this. I'm like, Cardi B is literally like this to me. But she's looking, she had her mink on. She about to run on stage and just kill it, right? And I'm
Yes.
standing there like a deer in headlights. And I'm just like, okay, this is awkward. Cardi B is dead in front of my face and I'm not doing shit. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I would have got killed. Me too would have came for me. So
Oh, you stupid. Yo, there's so many stories, Colin, but I can't put this shit out there.
oh, I got
I can't. Yeah, I know. Me and you, we probably got mad fucking story. I just can't. I just can't. Like
yo,
some,
my producer was like, because when I'm doing the album, yo, bro, you
yeah.
can't say that. Take that out. I was like, come on, boss it. Take it out. I'm telling you, take it out. I'm like, come on, but I need to, yo, but this story, take it out. Do
Take
not
it out.
put it out. You know what I mean?
Yes,
I'm like, all right.
yes. You know one story I can tell you about Def Jam though. Every single day, young dudes will be outside with their album, waiting for
Oh, yeah.
Jay-Z to come out, in his car. That's what I'm very clear about. Um, they'll be waiting. And like they know what the car looks like, it's tinted, but they know what kind of car he got. And so they would just be waiting. And he would never roll down that damn window. He's like, I got work to do. I come here to work and I'm out.
Facts.
Um, yeah, I know that's one story. I don't know. Like, I will say, this is a funny story. One time I was backstage, I was trying to interview Chris Brown, but this was before the whole Rihanna thing. Like, this is when he was young, like, like young, when he first came out. And I forgot where it was in a city. I went backstage to do some interviews and he was like, no, I'm so sorry. I can't do the interview right now. I got to leave because he had to get on a flight to go somewhere else. And I was just so sad because at that time I was a big fan of Chris Brown when he first
Right.
came out. So I was like, God damn, I can't interview Chris Brown. And then that same night, Busta Rhymes was there and Busta Rhymes ignored the shit out of me. Like, ignored me. Like, cause he's tall. But like, he looked over me. I'm like, hey, Busta, yo, can I get a quick interview? Ignored. I was like, I've never been ignored. They either say yes or no,
Mhm.
more yeses than no. And I remember that shit. I was like, yo, Busta Rhymes is fucked up, yo. Trash. Like, he
You'd
ignored me.
rather
Like,
you'd rather
I can
answer.
touch his arm, yo. That's when he had the fucking muscles, yo, before he
Mhm.
got a little big,
Yeah.
Hit the muscle. He ain't even turn. I was like, damn, homie.
Damn.
I was tight that night. I was like, God damn, who the fuck am I interviewing? But there was a lot of reggae artists there that I got to interview, like Yellow Man and all of them. So it was
Funny you
cool.
said that. I worked at a reggae label at VP.
Yeah, I know. So Victor.
Yeah, I kind of know Victor. I don't know if he was there when I left,
Okay.
but yeah, I think I deal with so much. Victor, Edwin, Dustin, a
Yeah.
lot of people. Yeah.
I know a few of them. And then too, back in the day, we had all those parties, yo.
Yo, believe it or not, it was mad parties, but yo, I was really on my business shit. Like
Mm,
I used to go, but it was on some yo. I wasn't trying to drink. I'm like, yo, I'm focused. Like I'm trying to, I don't want to meet nobody unless they're gonna take me to the money.
right.
You know?
That's true.
Yeah, I
That's
didn't care
true.
about nothing, but I just wanted to work, get my label out.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So when did your label officially start? What year was that?
I could tell you right now because I got it tatted on my arm, 2004.
Oh, what?
Like I was really like I was a baby. Literally, I was a baby. When I tell you, like I was even from like elementary school, junior high. You would
Hmm.
ask anybody that knew me, they knew, yeah, that's what, we knew that's what he was gonna do. Yeah, they would tell you
Wow.
straight, yeah, that's him. That's why a lot of people now they see me now, they're not even surprised. They're like, oh yeah,
Right.
you was been doing that in the barbershop on the basketball court. Like you be playing ball talking shit about somebody's album or something. So
Oh
that
my
I
God.
think that was and like I was talking about on the album,
Hmm.
it was like a what do you call it? A beautiful it was a perfect storm.
Mm.
Literally, like I landed in America during the height of the crack era and the
Mm.
golden age of hip hop. Look at that mixture. Think about that. Look at that. Like now when I look at it, I was like, damn, ain't no such thing as a coincidence. God knew what he was doing with me.
Mm.
No such thing. I don't believe in coincidences. I don't. I think that
No.
everything is
Yeah.
strategically put there by God. Like, yeah, this is gonna happen for you. Because
Mm.
as bad as I wanted it back then, I came in contact with the GOAT like 3 times in his face. Like, you know what I'm saying? And we conversed a little. Pretty sure he doesn't remember, but I have the correspondence, the emails. L.A. Reid thrown me out of his office. Freaking
Oh, damn.
it was like, yeah, but you know what? And I remember when, I got a lawsuit from Mel LaRue from Groove Theory. I was like, I'm looking at my partner like, yo, we made it. That means they know us. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we're getting sued about a record,
Right.
so that tells me somebody's listening. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how I looked at it. So I was like, yo, listen, I was born to be in this thing, man. Ain't nobody is gonna stop what I got going.
Mm.
And then I see like energy transfers because the energy is in my kids. Like I
Mm.
watch my kids sometimes, and I'm sitting there like, yo, this is crazy. Same things we were doing, putting together talent shows. They have their own. I got it on tape. I'm looking at my kids like, yo, I used to do the same thing. They
Mm.
over there singing, they writing their rhymes, and I'm letting them be them. I said, whatever you want to be, I'm here to amplify.
Yep.
Whatever you want to be, I'm gonna amplify it. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Whatever you want to be, I don't care what it is. I'm here to help. So whatever Daddy has the resources, I was taking them with me. I'm doing podcasts, radio shows. What if I'm on set of whatever, and
Mhm.
permitting, come with me, come.
Yeah.
So they pretty much seen everything from when I started the album, whether I'm doing photo shoots and interviews and stuff. I like them to be and just soak it up. And I'm looking at them, I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. Like I see my
Mm.
kids, they're rapping a song off of Nas's last King's Disease, not the new one because they ain't really listened to it yet. But and then
Hmm.
the dope part, like I said, energy transfers. They introduced me to stuff, because I'm listening to some of their music. But this generation, look at it. We can listen to our kids and us can listen to the same music, and it
Right.
won't be corny. Because if we was young, like, oh, our parents listening to our stuff. Why my mother listening to Jay-Z? But my kids, you ask them, yo, who's the GOAT? They'd be like, Hove, Daddy, Hove. I'd be like,
Oh.
and this is my 5-year-old. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's real
Wow.
scary. It's really
Mm.
scary.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful, though.
Yeah.
I love it. Love it. Somebody said you telling your age. Yo, when I met you, though, I thought you was 18. So you're not 18,
Yeah,
Colin? You
but
just
I'm
not
not
18 every
18.
year?
I'm not 18. I'm not. Yo, listen, you as young as you feel.
That's true.
You as young as you feel. I mean, yo, God bless me for real, for real. You know,
Hmm.
I just
Hmm.
feel blessed with it. I see some cats I went to school with, they look like my pops. I be like,
Well,
God damn, boy.
it's so true, though. Even me, too. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn. Or the people that you used to have a crush on, and you look at them now, you're like, hey.
Forget it. I was like, high school. Damn. I was like, life caught up to you, shorty, real fast.
Word. Oh, my God. Your boy Jamal said, how young do you feel, Biz?
That's my brother trolling me. You see that? You see that?
Aw,
You see
that's
that?
dope, though.
That's cool because I used to wipe his behind. Now he want to do that, right? I got you though, bro. I see you.
That
I
is
see
hilarious.
you.
How
I
young you
see
feel.
you.
But That's dope. Do you do any type of like self reflection or like, you know how people go to meditation, some people do some writing. Like, what do you do to keep yourself in a space of gratitude?
I pray a lot,
Mm.
and pray a lot. I actually, it's funny. I just had like a small discussion with somebody. That's how I knew, like, yo, when you're having certain conversations with certain people now, it's like your conversations are not my conversations are not where they used to be before. Now we talking about different astral plane, opening up third eyes and praying and things like that, which was crazy because the guys I grew up with, because I grew up with a bunch of Israelites in my hood, we were talking
Mhm.
that type of stuff. So like a guy like Dr. Umar is not foreign to me. And speaking of him, I had him on one of my shows prior, one of my podcasts. And you ever heard of a guy named Brother Polite?
Yes, I have.
You want to see how life, this is no coincidences. He lived directly across the street from me.
Oh,
And
wow.
his wife lived upstairs. She was best friends with my cousin. So I can
Mm.
tell you everything he's saying, he ain't lying. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? That boy is not lying. Like, to see where he's at now, coming, literally lived right here, and I was cool with his sister. You know what I'm saying? And he's not lying. He is who he is. He ain't lying. But to answer your question is pray. I pray every day, and it makes me feel great. Keeps me young. I have a lot of gratitude, a lot of fucking gratitude, for still being here, because I had a bunch of close calls, but that's for another show. And
Mm.
just for even for the smallest things, just when you look at the news, you never see any good news. You just hear it's a lot of BS. You just be like, damn. I'm really grateful, especially coming from where we came from, where it could have went left
Yep.
at any degree. And when I spoke about it on my album, when that bullet could have went in my head, it would have been a wrap. And when
Mm.
it happened, I wasn't scared. It's like I stood there. I'm like, yo, you're gonna do what you're gonna do. You already you got me. You're gonna do what you're gonna
Right.
do. Whatever. Got past that. Been in fights. Been in stuff that could have got left. Got locked up. And I'm here. I'm like, nah. I'm blessed for real. For real.
Mm.
You know what I
Like,
mean?
you have a greater purpose.
Right, right. And to have, like, I remember I was talking to this girl because she's a I don't know what to call it. She's a, what do you call one of those people? I'll call them seers. But anyways, I was speaking to her and she was basically reading me. So she
Mm.
read me to, when I tell you, she read me to a point, I was just like, I was stuck. Like, the hair on my arms just started standing up. I was like, wow. And she read my whole life and she told me, she said, yo, your faith has been real low lately. You need to get back in your faith. And somebody's real disappointed in you. Somebody who really expected a lot from you and was always in your corner. I knew who she was talking about. And it was just like, and I knew exactly who she was talking about. So then things just started getting back on track for me. Because I'm not the
Mhm.
type, I don't like to project what I'm going through to the world. I never, like, you wouldn't know if I'm
Mhm.
happy, depressed, or whatever, because I'm not that guy. I don't like putting
Right.
my business out there, but I had
Right.
like a very hard time at one point, like just in a mental space. I even went to therapy for it or whatever. It's the first time I'm actually speaking about it, but
Mhm.
I went to therapy for it and, spoke to the young lady. But the seer, she was just like, yo, man, get your faith back up because you have everything that's there for you. You're supposed to be at this. When she was explaining, I was just like, damn. And then here come the album right after that. And then
Mhm.
everything just started flowing. And here come everything else was going on behind the scenes. And I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, that shit been there the whole time. She was like, it's there the whole time. But it was you that was stopping you. You your
Mhm.
worst own enemy. And that's, of course, the story of my life. I've always been the one to self-sabotage. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And so it was just, again, back to praying every day. I can't leave the house unless I pray. I
Mm.
can't. And I be telling my kids that too. I said, listen, just be, you got to have gratitude, some sort of, for anything. I don't care what it's for. It's not even material we're talking about.
Yeah.
Just for having that good mental space and having just even the resources to even say, hey, I want to go talk to somebody or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yep.
You're grateful to have a roof over your head and just gas, even having a car, just a little shit. It's a guy. He lives like across the lake from me. I don't know how to describe. I say paraplegic. Um,
Yep.
I see this guy every day moving. There's another older guy. He's like, I say about 80. He goes to my gym. I watch him every day. I'm like, yeah. I was like, I like he like they don't know they motivating me every day. You know what I'm saying? And
Yep.
I'm using them. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
I'm using them every day. I
Yeah.
have them in front of me like that, and I'm just like, thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm thankful
Yeah.
for it, like really thankful for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's beautiful. And thank you for sharing about therapy, because I'm
Yeah.
glad that we're at a space where we make it like the
Mhm.
norm. Like, cause I did therapy last year
Mhm.
for, it was about 5 months. I loved it so much. But we got to a point where it was like, okay, Bernice, I think you don't need to do therapy sessions anymore. I'm like, okay. I'm
That's
like, I'm
sometimes
like,
you
all
just want to
right.
get it off your chest.
Yeah, like it was stuff. It was a lot of clearing I had to do. A lot of resentment I had to let go that I didn't know I had. Right. And then also self-sabotage. I think that here's the thing about self-sabotage. A lot of people do it and they don't know that that's what it is until they have that conversation with themselves. Like, I literally, like you said, I'm my own worst enemy. And
Yep.
it's sad that that's what it is, but literally that's a cliche too. But it's true. We really are. Nobody else can like break you down unless you let them. And then in that space where you looking in the mirror and you like, what the hell is going on with my life? You got to figure out, okay, what can I do to change it? And who are the people around you that's going to help you change it too? Because I've gotten to a point in my life like, yo, my circle got to be legit. And you know how you mentioned and here's one thing I want to say, and some people, I hope you take it the right way. You know how you said that you were using like the guy, paraplegic while he's doing his workout, and then the older guy, like using them, but not in the way of
Yeah.
malice.
Not
You
malice.
know
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
I remember having a conversation with a friend one time, and she was like, Bernice, like, you always get what you want. She asked me, do I ever feel like I'm using people? And I said, you know what? If I'm not using you, then you're no good to me.
Yeah, you're useless. Like somebody said something similar like that to me. Somebody was like, "Yo, bro, like, what do you do? I never hear you complain." And yeah, but
Yeah,
that's just me in general. I'm just like, it's like pretty much what she said to you. Like you never talk about work and you're just so. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you know what I mean? I don't
yeah,
know. I
right.
don't know. I don't know what to
Yeah,
call
right.
it.
Because I know for me, what I wish I had, because I didn't have a big family
Mhm.
and I had to do all the talking. My mom, she didn't graduate high school. So there was a lot of things I had to do early on that I didn't want to do.
Mhm.
I had to kind of grow up fast.
Mm.
In regards to, there's certain things I had to read from my mom because she didn't comprehend, she didn't understand. And so in that space, there's certain times I just had to ask for shit. Because if I don't ask for it, I'm not going to get it. So if I'm in that place, I took that to adulthood. If I
Mm.
can't ask for it from you or somebody else, I'm gonna keep asking until I get it. And
Mm.
then you get to a point where I have a friend like, yo, Bernice, you know, um, you haven't called me in a while. How you doing? Blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh, I'm just being busy doing my thing or
Yeah.
whatever. Like, oh, you haven't, resources or whatever. And here's the thing, I'm giving too. It's not like I'm asking and I'm not giving back.
Facts. Yes.
you know. But we gotta get to a conversation where, like, yeah, using someone, it doesn't have to be a negative thing. It could literally be a positive thing if you're doing it the right way.
Yeah.
It's not malicious if you're with the person, like even a friendship that you trust, like, okay, you know.
Yeah.
So
But
yeah,
those
I
are
got
hard.
that.
Those are hard to come by. Those type of friendships. So
It is.
those are like supreme. Like I'm just so. I love solitude, and I love it
Mm,
to a point where it's bad. You know what I mean? Like I
mm,
love being by myself a lot. I love it. It's like a drug, and I actually read on it. They were like, "Yo, you got to stop sometimes. Like you got to
mm,
want to be around people, but people, people disappoint." And I've never really had that as much expectations in people.
mm,
My kids, they're on this point, but it's just like I'm good. Like I could be bomb, no lie. And I know this may sound crazy. Like I know a lot of people, but I don't have a lot of friends. And
yeah.
I could, if you leave it up to me, I could be by myself for 2 weeks straight without interacting with another human being.
Mm,
And like when I read up on it too, they're like, that's not a good place to be. And I found
mm-hmm,
out that's actually they said it's like a small sector of depression. And I was
mm-hmm,
like, but I'm not depressed. No, they're like, it's not like the feeling of depression, but it's a small factor of it.
mm-hmm.
So I guess my whole life I've been walking around depressed. Because I just, like, I'm the type, I can go on vacation by myself. I can fly out the country by myself because
Yeah.
I don't like waiting on people. Because, you know, yo, we about to blah, 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 blah. I could go to
Word.
parties by myself. I could do this. Like, I'm really my own friend, and I love it there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, I love it.
Being your
And
own best
I'm
friend is
trying
the
to get
world,
out of
though.
it, but I can go to somebody asked me one time, like, yo, you know, you went to a bar by yourself? I was like, yeah. They was like, you don't drink? I was like, I mean, I could sit at the bar and have like a juice or something and
Right.
want to hear good music, but I'm trying to get out of that. But it's like I can't shake who I am. You know what I mean? I don't feel it's
Okay.
hurting me or it's hurting anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing too. I go out of my way to stay out of the way, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You
I
know
get
what I
it.
mean?
Yeah.
And it's not to hurt anyone. It's just people. You know what I mean? Like, I
People
guess
being people.
I have like
That's the
this.
thing.
Yeah, people are trash. I have like and the thing is, I'm the most social, antisocial person I know. If I get around people, it's cool. But at the end of the night, ghosted. I'm by myself. You know what I mean?
Word.
Like, because my energy, let me tell you something. I protect my energy at all costs.
Yep.
At all costs. I don't give a damn what. I'm that. If who all over there is a person, that's me. Yo, who there? Can't do it. I ain't going. Who there?
Same way.
They gonna be there? Oh no.
Yep.
Stay away. I'm staying in my crib. Let me burn this stage. And that's real shit. Cause yo, I was having this conversation with one of my homegirls. She went to a Botanica. And the guy was talking to her, and she was feeling down. He burned, I don't know if it was sage or something. Yo, he burned it right by her. He said the thing just started sparking like crazy. She was like, yo, get rid of that negative energy. Cause she's, you know, see, I be telling people, I'll be like, yo, y'all always want to be jumping in pictures with people you don't know. Yo, man, stay away from me, man. I got babies my kids got to feed off of my energy, and I'm big on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My kids feed off my energy. If I'm, you know, I try, even if sometimes if I'm down or whatever, you know, my kids be jumping on me and stuff. My kids can tell sometimes, like, Daddy, okay, you know, girls just start kissing on you and shit. But, you know, I got kids, man. So everything, yo, when you have kids, everything it changes. You know, gotta be a certain way. You gotta, I mean, we live in a real world. We're adults. Things happen. We got bills. We have medical expenses. We have car insurance. We have PTA. We have love life. We have all of this going on. But you know what you got to do? You got to be a parent. Kids don't see none of that shit. And and kids are born with a natural selfishness. And there's nothing wrong with that because they never asked to be here. So, yo, and people, and I wish more adults would understand that. Like when they was trying to drop them off, I'm like, I'll be damned if I drop off my kid. My kid, yo, I ain't going. I'm with my kids.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't play that.
Yeah.
Protect
That's
your peace.
dope. That's dope. Yeah, the beauty bar said, stop hugging people too. That energy be stuck and
That's a
transfer onto
fact.
you.
I'd be like this, give them the pound. Yo, don't touch me.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
big on it, man. Just
Yeah.
get away. Get away.
Yeah, it's so wild too because I will say for me, my energy is super strong. Like people know to stay away from me when I'm not in the mood and they don't even know who the fuck I am. Like they know, like don't even come my way. And I know for me too, I never really considered myself an ambivert until this whole pandemic hit.
Oh, the pandemic was beautiful. I was like, wait, my regular life. I was like, it's my regular life.
Oh my
Just,
God.
you know,
Yeah. For me, it was a little hard though, because I moved to a new state. I'm in Maryland now. And so it wasn't even like I'm around people that I really know, you know? So it was like, damn, I'm really out here by my damn self. You know what I mean? But I'm grateful for the experience. And there's so many things I learned about myself this year that I'm grateful that I got a chance to be with myself for this long. Because I haven't been with myself for this long ever in my life, right? Because of all the work being in the entertainment industry and then also doing marketing and promotions, like I'm just around people all day, every day. And so I'm grateful. Now for you, now remind me, how many kids you have?
I have 3.
3 girls.
Yes.
You aiming for a boy?
I don't want no boy. I never wanted a boy.
Oh, talk about Yeah, why you didn't want a boy?
My I'm one of 6 boys. My pops got 6 boys. My mother got 3. And when I was a kid, I grew up with my female cousins. I like women around me. I don't like a bunch of men around me. You know what I mean? But you know what? Let me not say that. If I have I have a son, I just want a healthy kids. That's it. But
Right.
I've always said, I spoke it into existence. When I was a kid, I say, I want girls. I said, girls are going to be loyal to their father. You take care of them. You treat them right. Girls will take care of their father when he gets older. Obviously, I'm not getting older because I look the same age as my kids. But,
Hey,
you
hey.
know, but yeah, I have 3 beautiful girls.
Hmm. That's awesome. And you're married, right?
Yes,
Remind
I
me.
am. Yes, I am.
Yes. So, as far as your relationship, and that is
Mhm.
not about getting personal at all,
Okay.
but when it comes to your relationship and being married, wait, did you get married young?
No, well, yeah, I mean, duh, I am young.
I mean, like
Nah,
you 18, so you got married at 17. Like, when did this
I got married
happen?
at 15. I mean, regular. We
15.
did it in Afghanistan where it's legal, and then came back here. No. I got married at a reasonable age.
Okay, reasonable age. So reasonable age is like like towards the inner 20s.
Yeah,
Got
yeah.
it. Okay, cool,
Late
cool.
20s, late 20s.
Late 20s.
Yeah.
Okay, late 20s. Okay, cool.
Yo,
So
what he said?
he said you
Yo,
almost slipped up.
yo.
What What do you love about being married?
Um, it's constant sex. You don't got to go outside looking. No. I'm playing, but I'm playing.
Easy though.
Nah, I'm playing. Nah, if you got a partner that's dope, that's like that knows you, because like my wife know me. Like she's into the same stuff you're into. That's super
Mhm.
dope. Cause it's like, yo, you in the crib. You don't got to go outside and really change. You got everything you want in the house. You got
Yeah.
your best friend, you got some moms, you know what I'm saying? And you got food. And again, is if you share, sometimes you don't even have to have the same things in common. You could just enjoy what she do either from a distance or together. Because sometimes my wife, she's not into video games, but if I'm playing, she'll play,
Hmm.
or she'll be like, "Yo, let me get a." She's not really heavy in it, and I'm not heavy into like other things she'll do, but I'll be interested because she likes it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You show some type of interest, and and then especially again coming up in the hip hop culture, if she could recite a verse, hard eyes all day. You're like, God.
She
You know what I'm
sound
saying?
good. She can compete with Cardi.
Oh, yeah.
You better say
Oh
yeah.
man, I
She gonna
told that
watch this
Cardi B.
replay.
I told that Cardi B story. Jesus Christ. But no, and
Hilarious.
no, but real rap. I remember we see this again. This is why I love the feminine energy, because I think that women are the y'all run the world, believe it or not. And I always say this respectfully. Please don't get upset. Y'all are so stupid. You wanna know why y'all so stupid? Because y'all run the goddamn world. Why do y'all let these dumb men tell y'all what to do? And y'all have all the power.
Well,
I was
that's
like,
true.
you did exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly. And it's like, and I'm sitting back when I'm looking at certain situations that, with men and women, I'm just like, damn, if she only knew how much power she had, because
Hmm.
it's certain things that, when we were handling, with our, living situation and a business that we had, I knew my wife could do it like that.
Yeah.
She was handling that shit and I was there like, all right, how much you need? Okay, here. She was just taking care of it. And I'm just like, you see, a man can't do that.
Mm.
The women are the strongest on the planet. I used to tell my mother that when I was a kid. I was looking at my mother like, my mother's the hustler. My mother, no, man, my mother used to actually hustle too when she was younger. She think I don't know. My uncles told me. But
Oh wow.
yeah, and women, think about it. A guy gets a girl pregnant and he dips off. A mother's gonna make it happen.
Mm.
Women are natural
Yeah.
nurturers. They take care of things. You don't know how mom is making it happen, but she makes it happen.
Yeah.
You don't know where it's going. She makes it happen. Pulling the
Mm.
rabbit out of no hat. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And this was like years ago, my wife, because she used to fix credit for people and stuff like that. So, she was showing me certain tricks. Like, all right, boom, this is what you do. You take this credit score like this. I was like, God damn. She was like, no. You add this, take this out, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I could do all LeBron shit in the house. Yeah, you want that? Yeah, you fix that. Da, 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 da. All right, leave that to me. Whatever. Here go. All right, here go 25,000. She gonna bring me back 50. You know what I mean? I give a dude 25,000. I might get back 20. You know what I'm saying? But it's just that I think that you know, in any partnership, but more so marriage, that if you know, you cook, she clean. You clean, she cook. It's just, you know, but I do a lot of the cooking anyway, because, you know, I could cook, but, you know.
Oh, word? You cooking that Guyanese food?
Oh, my God. I'll be killing that. I'll be killing that. I'll be hooking it up.
That is hilarious. What is one thing you know about yourself that you wish you could improve to not only better your relationship with your wife, but better your relationship with your children?
I have a tendency to well, what would I call it? I think, well, did I say self-sabotage before? But I mean, that really doesn't really affect my kids. As far as like my career, but you know what? I have to stop. You know, like when I'm doing things with my children, I have to stop saying, "Oh, I wish my dad did this with me." Like, don't make that the reason why I'm doing certain things with my kids. You know what I mean? Do it because, you know, that's what my kids want to do, and that's what I want to do. But, you know, I'll do certain things, and I'll just be sitting there like, it'll make me have more resentment towards my father even more, because I have a lot of resentment. So it's like, I'll do things with my kids that my pops never did with me, and I'll be sitting there the whole time. But I don't want that to be the reason why I'm doing it. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's just, it could be anything, whatever it is. It just come, like, my kids are bossy, and Daddy, come read this book to me or whatever. And I'm reading the book, and I'm just like, my pops never read to me. You know what I mean? Or whatever it is. Oh, Daddy, can you take me? Oh, my pops never took me here. But I don't say that to them. I say it in my head. And I don't want that to be the thing. You know what I mean? And I hate that. And that's the part, like, I hate about myself sometimes. I'm just like, damn, I got to stop doing that. Like, stop living in that work. That happened to me, so I shouldn't have it reflect on my kids. But it's like, for you to become, you know, I figure that my pops was the perfect blueprint of what not to do. So therefore, you know, change me as a man. Like, yeah, don't go down that road, bro. Because even the motivation to actually keep recording my album, I did a track called DeLorean. And with my brothers, I actually, no, in fact, I'm lying. I did it for a podcast episode. And the whole premise behind it was I was supposed to go back in time. We actually recorded it, but it sounded horrible. My accent was terrible. I was going back to Guyana. The DeLorean took me back to Guyana. It was supposed to meet up with my father right before he took my mother on a date. And I was going to tell him, like, and I told him, I said, yo, please do right by her, because you messed her up for the future, and your actions fucked us up in the future. And I never put it out. And I always wanted to, but I just hated the sound. But that was the whole premise behind it, because it's always on my mind. And I think a lot of the things that I ended up doing because of that resentment I had for my pops, a lot of things that he didn't do and that he did that fucked us up. But so yeah, because I knew their first date was a movie, my mom told me. So I was like, let me go check this guy out before he goes to meet my mother with the flowers and the candy at the house. I'm gonna have a talk with him, like, yo, homeboy, don't fuck this up, because your relationship with her is detrimental to us. Please have a good relationship with her, please, because you messed her up in the future. You know what I mean? And you messed us up. Look, I'm your son. I could prove it. You know, some alien kid. He's like, yo, what are you doing? He's scared and shit. But I might put it out one day. But yeah, all from that, like from my past, I just don't want to sabotage the future with my kids. So I got to stop thinking like that.
Is that something, and not to get too deep or too personal, but is that something that you spoke about in therapy?
Yeah, I brought that up. And you know, she we spoke about that as well. She was like, yeah, there's a lot of underlying issues that, you know, because even, you know, not just the therapist, I like to talk to the elders, because the elders have all the, and, you know, shout out to Grandma Carmen. I was talking to her, you know, Bow-Legged Lou's mom. And yeah, we speak. I love her. That's my sweetheart. And she would always give me advice, and she would say, yo, talk to your father. And I'm like, why? Because I'm from a place where, like, I don't believe in that whole kids. I think respect is across the board. If you 80 or 8, I'm gonna give you respect. I don't think that, oh, because this person's old, I have to give them respect. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I hate
Mhm.
that because I teach
Mhm.
my kids, yo, respect who respects you. Like,
Yep.
don't, yeah, like I don't believe in that. Oh, a child gotta go. No, no, no. My pop, I never asked my pops for me to be born. You have me,
Right.
I'm your child. You come and check me. You know, so it. But then again, I listen to wisdom of somebody that I respect. So she was telling me,
Mhm.
she's like, why don't you go talk to him, tell him how you feel? Because I spoke to him, and when I told him how I felt, it didn't come out nice. Very disrespectful.
Mhm.
So it was, it was a real tense moment. Like he couldn't say nothing. Like it was
Mhm.
texting something crazy. Yo,
Mhm.
he was so bad, I had to go complain to my mother. And my mother, God bless her heart, she's a great person because after everything he put her through, she would always, hey, why don't you and your brothers hit your father? Hell no. We didn't do nothing to
Mhm.
that man. Like, that man just
Mhm.
running our name through the dirt. Like, me? No. She would,
Mhm.
even today, I was talking to her on the phone. She was, hey, you talked to, I was like, Ma, I didn't. Why do you continue to ask me this, Ma? I was like,
Mhm.
I swear, Ma, you know what, Mom, you're the best. Because
Mhm.
what this man have done to you and us, and you still want us to communicate with him, and not to put, all my business out there, but
Mhm.
because my mother, she wasn't raised by her mom.
Mhm.
So when my grandmother passed away, she still had to bury her. And even I'm talking about the day before like the day my grandmother died, she would not apologize. Because her boyfriend tried to get her to apologize. Yo, you better apologize to your daughter. She's like, what did I'm looking at these like, nah, can't be me. So therefore, my kids now is not going to be going through that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But
Yeah.
again, I don't want that to be the reason why I'm being a great dad.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something to you,
Mm-hmm.
and you can choose to receive it or choose not
Mm-hmm.
to. But I will say this: if you have a son,
Mm-hmm.
don't have. Here's what I'm saying: don't have a fear about having a son because you feel like the relationship you have with your father is going to be duplicated. Because that's
It's
what I
not.
feel.
It's not. No,
That's
but I
what it.
always wanted daughters from when I was a kid, though.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it
Because
wasn't like
sometimes
because with
you.
him, no. Yeah, it was too
Okay.
much boys around. I was like, I can't stand y'all
Got you.
men. I want some women around me. You know what I mean?
Got you.
But,
Okay.
but
Because
no, if I
sometimes
have a son, we'd be
subconsciously.
like this.
Okay. Okay. Got you.
You
Yeah.
know what
Because
I'm saying?
sometimes subconsciously our brains like
Yeah,
it doesn't click until it's said out loud, like the real
right.
reason why
Yeah,
why we may not want or have a preference or whatever. So okay, good to know.
yeah.
So have you ever practiced celibacy? Because I wrote a book
Oh, I know
about
you wrote the
celibacy.
book on it. I know you wrote the book.
I'm just thinking.
Yo, again, remember what I said earlier during the show? There you go, right there. That's dope. I think that's dope. But
Thank
um,
you.
the conversations now, when you get older, the
Yeah.
conversations are different because I was, one of my the elders. I call him an elder, but he ain't that much older than me. But
Mhm.
he has a lot of wisdom. So I was like, yo, it's crazy. I said, yo, I wish that I was. I think I wish I only slept with my wife. You get what I'm saying?
Mm,
And he was,
yeah.
yo. And when I was explaining to him, he was like, damn, I kind of understand it because the older you get, when you know the power of yourself, your temple, and energies, you're not going to want to be out there like that if you really knew what was going on scientifically and stuff like that, right? So,
Yeah.
like, when you sit back and look, you like, and then you're wondering why you sleep with this person, you start feeling like shit the next day. You're not sick, but it's the energy, the whole astral plane thing, and you're just like, oh fuck. And then you go sleep with this person. Now you took that energy mixed with yours to this other person, and then you include their energies. Now you're just with this bullshit of energy on you now, and then you go to
Yeah.
the other person, and then it just keeps going, and then it's just mushrooms into this energy of bullshit because this person has trauma, that person has trauma, this person has their trauma, you have your trauma. Now you mix all these traumas, then what? Here you
Yeah.
go. You see what I'm
And it's
saying? So now,
unhealed. It's unhealed trauma.
exactly, it's unhealed
Because
trauma.
everybody has trauma or
Everybody.
drama or whatever you want to call it, but it's
Yeah.
unhealed. That's the problem.
Yeah. And then it's like now it's stuck on you now. And then you're just like, why am I feeling this way? Why, you felt good because, like, as a man coming up, you felt like you conquered something. Like, yes, yeah, I caught that. It's barbershop talk. And the older you get now, you getting up there, you're like, why the fuck did I do that?
Mm-hmm.
You're like, if I could take it all back, I would probably, the only woman I sleep with is my wife. Real shit, knowing what you know now. But then I guess you're not supposed, the only way you learn is through experience, right?
Right.
So, I mean, knowing what I know now, if I could go back, to be honest with you, and he didn't even believe, he was like, you what? I was like, he's like, but you need practice. I was like, I get it, but I'm just like, you know what? Know what I know now, and nah, bro, I ain't with it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not with it. Like, you thinking, you're a young man coming up. I thought I was a pretty good looking guy when I was growing up. So I thought that, I could, go talk to some girls, and, you get some girls and they come around and you do whatever. And I used to use that, like, shit, I'm going to go talk to her. 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 It was a man thing. It was fuel for you. You like, yeah, I just caught that. You conquered. Yeah. Next week I'm about to go get this. And you like, damn, I really wasted all this fucking energy. I could have been making some damn money. Yep. You know what I mean?
Were they carded you though?
Say it again.
You would get carded.
I still get carded now. And the thing, I'll go in the shop, like, I get carded buying medicine. When they go get some cough syrup, she was like, hey, give me. I'm like, oh, I think you want the card? Here you go, man. I go to my daughter's school, and I go to take my kids to school, and then I heard one of my daughter's friends, is that your brother? And my daughter's like, that's my dad. I'm like, oh, yes.
You still got it. Like, word. When you start getting gray hair, people gonna be like, why you dyeing your hair gray?
I do. I get it now.
You do?
Yeah. I be seeing it coming out, on my hair when I go get. You can't really see it, but I see it. Yeah. I be like, oh, I'm letting it flourish though. I ain't mad.
Yeah, I can't front.
I'm not getting no dye.
Nah, I can't front. I got my hair braided this year for my birthday. She was like, you got a gray hair. I said, no, I do not. And she was like, yes, you do. She took a picture. I was like, the fuck? I was mad as hell, yo. Listen, because I'm pushing. I don't mind saying my age. I'm close to 40. Oh, and I'm like, yes, close. 3 more years. I just turned 37. So, like, yes, 3 more years. And I will be 40. I'm like, damn, I ain't ready for the gray hairs, though. I'm not ready. The one that I got, I'm like, that's it.
I got a bunch.
Yeah, listen, because I will say, genetically, thank God for my mom. Her started coming in late too. I was like, all right. And no stress. That's one thing about me. I'm very clear. I don't like stress. I'm not doing stress. I will say I have anxiety sometimes around certain things, but anxiety, I know how to like bring it back. That's the conversation I had in some of my therapy sessions about the anxiety that I have. But I think we all just have different levels of everything. Not everything, but like, I think we all have, the main two is like anxiety and depression. I think we all just have different levels of it, and we get a chance to choose how we want to heal from it or push through it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that joint is wild. But yeah, the celibacy, man.
How did you come up with that book?
Huh?
The celibacy book. How did you come up with that book?
Yeah, so quick story. So my ex. You do, but I ain't gonna say his name here because he don't pay me to say his name.
I see.
So
did
I'll tell you.
Before?
Yes, you have.
Okay.
Yeah, we was together for 3 years.
Oh wow.
Lou, like he's close to Lou.
Him?
Anyway, so he and I had a really bad breakup, right? And so I was like, I just need a year to myself. And in my head, I was like, I'm just going to abstain from sex for like a year. And this is back in like 2010. So I was like, all right, I'm going to just be to myself for a year. And then I applied for grad school, went to Brooklyn College. And funny enough, the counselor who interviewed me to get into the school, she was like, yo, you got a boyfriend? I was like, that's a weird question. I was like, no. She was like, okay, cool, because this program is going to be pretty tedious. So you don't want any distractions. So I was like, oh, okay. So in my head, I'm like, okay, I don't have a boyfriend. Let me do this program. So that's two more years that was added to my 1 year. That kind of just happened subconsciously because I was just focused on school. And then, dude, it just rolled into 10 years. But then,
No, that's beautiful.
it's beautiful. But listen, this whole quarantine and pandemic, I got some pandemic penis. It was trash. Then I got some COVID cock. It was a little bit better. And then, where you at?
Yo, what?
Then that was a little bit better, but then like, you know, he was a little younger because now it's so funny. When I was younger, I would only attract older men. My ex is 15 years older than me. Then the dudes now, they like the young dudes is who is attracted to me. I'm like, so that's how you become a cougar. I didn't know. I was like, that's what happened when you get older and be the young dudes. I'm like, oh, shit. That's what happened. So that's what happened. And so I have gone back to saying practice and abstinence. But listen, I thought I was gonna have a hot girl summer, Colin, and it's a whole fucking drought over here. I thought I was gonna be doing everything, flipping and everything, but you know, I need to stretch. Listen, these loins have not been stretched in a long time, so
you don't got no magnesium no more?
Hell no, shit no. But if I make money, I will make sure them knees will be lubricated. They will be stretched to capacity. You hear me? Capacity. But no. So yeah, I have coined that. You haven't heard pandemic penis from anybody else. I made that.
You better
and COVID cock. COVID cock. I got both. So that was Bernice's. Y'all can take it, but say who you got it from. BeNice Productions. Thank you very much. If you want to, use that. I'm your source. But yeah, I love telling people about my journey and my story and my book, and it's also audiobook. So if people want to listen to this voice, the audiobook came out in 2018.
Okay, I'm gonna get the audiobook.
The audiobook is
to hear that take because that's pretty
dope,
yeah. Especially in these times where everything is just, remember back in the day we had to work for a titty pic. I go right on IG, I'll be like, yeah. I go on Twitter, I'll be like, yes, this is fire. You know what I mean? To hear you say that, I find that amazing because your willpower you got through grad school but you what was it? It's called semen retention. I've been reading up on that.
Yep.
And I think guys in the military, I think, used to, they couldn't. They're like, yo, we gotta hold this in when we go to war. So it keeps you focused because they say you really lose your power when you And I was like, yo, that's interesting. There was like, a lot of Roman warriors would do it, soldiers, boxers, even because they would say, listen, sex weakens legs. I've always heard that whether for training, but technically you were training for something. You were in school and, you were doing your thing. But I mean, grad school is not 10 years. But it was like, that's amazing. Wow.
And what's funny with women is the opposite. We don't lose anything. Like if we have sex with the right person, you can literally say what it is you want in life and you'll get it. Like the claiming what you want. You know how you manifest stuff?
Yeah.
Like they said the best manifestation practices you can do as a woman is when you're about to climax.
Really?
You should do that with your wife. Dead ass. They say when she's about to come, like she should say exactly what she wants. Like exactly what she wants. And it's not.
She could be like, I want $10 million and then something like that. Or
listen, if you can have that happen often, I'm sure it will come. But no.
I saw what you did there.
Yeah.
I like that. No, that's real. Is that like a chapter in your book as well? Or
I don't speak about that. I do talk about so the full title of my book is How to Get a Degree in Celibacy 10 steps to keeping your lips closed.
Oh wow. Wow.
So there's 10 steps that I talk about that support people in general. And it's not just women. Funny enough, a lot of men bought my book too, which
Yeah,
I
of
was
course.
shocked about.
Nah,
I
of
was like,
course. Yeah. I like books like that.
word, word. So yeah, it's really like 10 steps to support you in your journey. And if you have questions, like that's kind of the route I went with it. But I don't necessarily talk about that, but I talk about different ways to find intimacy without having sex. Because
Right.
intimacy is important,
Oh, facts. Yeah.
you know.
Intimacy is bigger than sex, actually.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? Yeah. Sex is just
Yeah.
the physical act, but you know,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I remember when I first met my wife, she played a song for me. I think it was Mind Sex. I was like, oh, I see what
Yep.
you're doing here. Like, I see what you're doing. Because once you can seduce the mind, it's a wrap.
It's true.
It's a
It's
wrap.
true.
Wow.
That sapiosexual,
Yeah,
stuff right
yeah,
there.
yeah. I like stuff
That
like
be
that.
me too.
I
I'd be
like
like,
stuff like that.
what you taught me today?
I was
Shit.
like, word? What book you read? What chapter is that? I was like, you read that book? What you know about that book, girl? Like, stop
Word.
playing with me. What year that book came out?
Word.
Like, I like shit like that. That's hard. That's hard. That's
Yes.
hard.
Hands down. Hands down. So listen, before we head out, tell me more about Doreen's favorite, the project, and tell me how you came up with the name.
Oh, so Doreen's favorite. Doreen is my grandmother, my lovely grandmother. God bless her dad. Love you. So in the family, everybody in the family knew I was her favorite grandchild, and
Mm.
so as a kid, I would always play on that. Like I knew I could get away with murder. I used to be like, "Yo, I'm the favorite." Like, but as of late, my mother just told me my father was her favorite kid. So I said it makes sense because I used to always think that as a kid. I'm like, why? I used to see certain things and like, that's my favorite kid, but I never. My mother confirmed it for me. My mother was like, yeah, your father was her favorite, and my grandmother told my mother that. She was just like, out of
Mm.
all my kids, he never yelled at me. Whenever I asked him to do something, he'll probably, the only disrespectful thing my father did was turn up the music on. That's it.
Right.
She's like, my son never yelled at me. She's like, oh, that's my favorite out of all my kids. She told us straight up. So when I was born, of course, that favoritism got handed down. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I was not the oldest grandchild. It was a few ahead of me. So when I came, it was like, oh, you got put to the front. You know what I mean? I'm like, so I always held on to it. And I told myself one day, it was just playing around. I said, I will put out an album, call it Doreen's Favorite. And here we are.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, of course, the album opens up. It's an audio book. And I did it. And, I'm happy because it was my contribution to hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I finally did it, gave my contribution here. But quick story, I was working with Full Force. We went to because I was doing like some road manager stuff for them that was titled. So I said, yo, we should do Ice-T show because Ice-T had a podcast, and hit up Ice-T. I said, yo, we're gonna do the show. Spoke to management. We got up there, we did the show. So right before we went on to do the show at the Engine Room over on Broadway, we go in and right before you go on, we chopping it up. So you know how Ice-T talk, right? Ice-T said, yo, it ain't about being the best. It's about being first. I said, ooh, I never forgot that shit. So as I'm
Mm-hmm.
recording my album and shit, I kept that in my mind. I said, okay. I said, yo, I can't rap, but I'm gonna put my audio book to a hell of a soundtrack. And man, I don't know if he's in the live right now. Ryan Smith, this is my OG. He lived in my building, and actually
Mm-hmm.
he used to make beats for me when I first started my label. And he scored. I said, yo, I don't want beats. I want it to be a score because this is a movie I'm painting for you. He scored the whole album, and to hear people come in, and these were stories that I've had stories I couldn't even put on. I got stories for days, but it was stories through my journey from landing in America, going through the crack era, watching my uncles deal drugs, watching the older guys on my block deal drugs, wanting to be the drug dealers because that was the first sign of success that I saw. I didn't see a lawyer, a doctor. I saw the drug dealers, and that's what I wanted to be. So when I seen a guy like Jay-Z come up, he reminded me of my uncle and the lifestyles they was living. So it was an instant attraction to that lifestyle. So then I started doing my own thing. I started getting into music. I started writing just hip hop, everything. And then it just told my whole story until now. And then I was like, yo, you know what? I'm putting this out because I had the album done 6 months before I actually put it out. And I had let some cats in New York hear it. Came studio, had some people come in, some people that I trusted their ear. They heard they were blown away. I was just like, wow, okay. So I said, okay, they're gonna feel this. When I knew the album did something, is this person I know who's a fucking critic, hates everything, hit me up one day, said, yo, boy, you got a classic, boy. I said, really? And this is from this person who, a well-known person that, I'm not going to say their name, but I was like, wow. Then I started seeing people put up the IG videos of them listening to an album, an audiobook in their car, loud. I was like, that's my shit? I was like, wow. I was just like, okay. And just every day, DMs, texts, I was like, wow, my contribution was well received. You know what I mean? And it wasn't more so of shock. It was more so of like, when I released it, I was tired of hearing the album because I heard the album a million times. Because I'm cutting the album. He's like, take that out. And I'm just like, yo, come, like, whatever, man. And then when everybody's hearing it's fresh to you because, you never heard it, but it's fresh. And I'm hearing it so much. I'm like, yo, I'm tired of this shit here, man. Fuck, I'm already on the second album. Y'all on the first. So when I'm tired of hearing it, everybody's giving it, and but I'm grateful because it's my contribution and it was well received. I'm very thankful. But I'm from an era where albums got reviewed by The Source, Double XL. And in my mind, I'm waiting for that approval. In my mind, even though it really don't count today because today they don't care about that. But I care about it. I care about it. And the whole time I'm like, the OG said to me, he said, yo, you see how you beefing, not beefing, but he was like, you see, you didn't hit the way you thought you were going to hit. I never thought I was going to be an artist. I'm still not an artist. I just see myself as an entertainer or a creator. And he was like, look how life happens, bro. God knew this was going to happen for you. That's why this didn't happen, this didn't happen, this didn't happen. And you used to complain about it. I used to be like, fuck, how come that? And I was right there. And da-da-da-da. He was like, it was all meant for you to put that shit on your album, bro. I was like, I didn't think about it like that. Yeah. When people, that's why I always say, listen to the elders because they have more perspective than anybody that's been there. So I was just like, really? So as I sat back and I thought about it, I said, makes sense now. Makes perfect sense. So that's how you got Doreen's Favorite.
Yes. And where is it available for people to purchase?
Oh, it's everywhere. I'm serious. I got like over 200 stores across the world that got Doreen's Favorite. It's in Russian, it's in Japanese, it's in South Africa, it's everywhere. You go on YouTube, you could go stream it on Tidal, Apple Music, buy it on iTunes, it's on Spotify, it's on Weezer, it's on Napster, it's on Google Music, it's everywhere. Like I was like, oh shit, yeah, we everywhere.
That's dope. That's dope.
Everywhere. Yeah.
Hey. And then too, how people can contact you if they want to reach out to you, get all up in your business.
Hit me up on Twitter, Instagram at Real Colin Biz, spelled just like that. RealColinBiz, Real Colin Biz. And you can I got the Facebook page too. Also, be sure to buy the merch. Thank you to everybody that's been buying the merch. They've been buying them t-shirts. Me and my kids, thank you.
Oh. And where do you purchase the shirt from? What's the website?
It's on. You can just go to my link tree on my Instagram page. Okay. Go there and click. Everything is there on that one link. You can see all the shirts and the Back to the Future stuff. And, the DeLorean.
Hey, get it popping.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. No, thank you.
I appreciate you reaching out. Please, thank you.
Yo, on Hip Hop Day, like it just worked out, my man, my guy.
What you did there, that was amazing. Thank you. For real. That's
why we do No Hump Wednesdays, baby. That's how we do it, on a Wednesday. No Hump Wednesdays, baby. Yo, everybody, thank you so much for watching this interview. Make sure you watch the replay, share with your people, and then they can share with their people. And listen, shout out to Leela's Lounge, my company. You can purchase my book, signed autographs at LeilasLounge.com, LEILAS Lounge.com. And if you have any questions, hit me up here on Instagram, BeNice Productions. That's BeNice Productions. All right, guys. See you next week, next Wednesday for No Hump Wednesdays. Thanks, my G.
Thank you.
BK all day.
Yeah, that's right.
Later.